Okay, we are here with Genshika, a Bangkok-born, Queens-based, award-winning pianist, improviser, electronic musician, and composer. His musical idiom is rooted in the aesthetics and ideology of Thai culture and African American creative music. Both are improvisational sound-based practices. He just released a track called Adrift on Soul XXI. Soul XXI is the first compilation of music by the EasyBot Discord community released on Holo Home Records. All proceeds from the sale of the music will go to charity of the artist's choosing. His past project, he researched the contradiction and alteration of sound identities, thoughts, experiences, and feelings that he called Laklan. Laklan is a concept space for an exchange of dialogue, a realm for creative opportunities. Laklan serves as an impetus to unify the idea that are seemingly opposite and to make room for new directions by juxtaposition different materials and concepts such as Thai tuning, the blues, layer rhythms, electronics, soundscapes, feedback, textures, and emotion. He composed and improvised new music that reflects and translate the concept of Laklan. Okay, Gengshika, can you tell me about your equipment and technique that you used in this session?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me, and happy Lunar New Year, and also Black History Month.
Mm.
So, I guess um, what I want to start first is what I interested into working on for the past like month or two is how to um, how to use the piano soundboard as a speaker itself as well. Um, so what I do is I use a surface transducer and put it on the piano soundboard
Mm.
and put everything in the mixer and run it through the piano soundboard. So the piano soundboard become another speaker, and then I use the um, contact microphone
Mm.
to play on the piano soundboard to create such a feedback that you hear in the performance. And that pretty much like the main um, focus or main technique that I use in this in 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 a way that kind of like blur the line between the physical acoustic world and also a digital world, because everything that you hear is recorded through the microphone,
Mm.
just two microphone on top of the piano, and all the analog synth, all the feedback, everything else is coming from this piano soundboard. So it's kind of like use that acoustic feature of the piano soundboard to vibrate like all this kind of electronic and digital sound, if that makes sense. And also, yes, and also the synthesizer that I use tune to a Thai tuning, one of the Thai tuning system that is seven almost equal tones.
Okay, I saw is have that question in the chat room on Twitch. Like
Oh,
Fame, Nisha Fame asks, could you talk more about the Thai tuning, please? Yeah.
yes. Thank you for the question. Um, so as we a lot of us may know or may not know that um, there's the, in this world there's not only just the 12 toned equal temperament tunings
Mm,
like the way we hear it on the piano or the way we hear it in most um, I would say most commercial song
mm,
in that been producing for in even in classical music like
mm,
they've been producing for hundreds of years.
mm,
But there's also other kind of tuning system that um, occur around the world, and of course, Thai traditional music have one of them, and that are uniquely, I for the better or worse word, Southeast Asia,
mm,
and um, the tuning that I use today is called the seven equal tone tuning system, which which you probably heard from a Thai pitch percussion instrument that are like let's say Ranat, Kong, those kind of instrument have this kind of tuning system. But also, I want to say that in Thailand, we actually do not. We actually have more than one tuning system, and it's something that am interested into digging more. And like let's say like the pitch percussion instrument use one kind of tuning system, and in the string instrument or in the vocal music have another kind of tuning system that actually kind of similar, but not exactly the same,
mm,
and they somehow play together, which is something that fascinated me. And also, what I wanted to do is how can I use this kind of tuning system to as a base and to create new music on top of that, and even juxtaposing Western and Thai tuning and various type of Thai tuning together, just like that's kind of the aim that I want to do. Plus the electronic, plus the acoustic um, piano soundboard, play the electronic stuff too. So that's kind of like my goals for the hopefully for the next project.
Okay, and during this time, I think I saw you like post like the daily sound sketches like a lot
Hmm.
on social media, and can you tell me about the process like that you like do that like the daily sound sketch with the visual that you do with the VCV modular synthesizer software modular synthesizer or something? Yeah, can you explain?
Um, I think that um, I was trying to no, I am trying to
Mm,
because I want to keep doing it.
mm,
Trying to make a daily practice
mhm,
that I do something in the realms of like electronics and live coding.
mm,
Um, Somehow it's really hard, and the reason why I put it on the social media or I put it out there first is to kind of document myself,
mm,
and it's I treat it as some kind of deadline for me
mm,
so that I have something to post, which
mm,
I haven't posted for quite a while too.
mm,
Actually, um, I guess because of the past few weeks, I've been um, busy trying to work with writing for grants and stuff for the project that I've been trying to work on.
mm.
But nevertheless, I've I still practicing. I still um, make some kind of sound almost every day, but I just didn't post it because it just have to I have to do the editing and cutting and all the stuff every day is like a lot too,
Oh,
which I'm trying to figure out how would be easier to do that kind sort of stuff like every day. So
and
it's just like kind of like practicing routine for me
mm,
and post it as like a peer pressure for me to kind of post it every day.
yeah, I'm curious like what next, like because like Laklan is more like it's more like acoustic, like feeling like more organic things. Like you play
Hmm.
mostly on piano, acoustic piano, right? That you
Yes.
play, and but I'm just like look forward, look forward to your next project, and then you have some idea for your new project, new album, something.
Um, Maybe in the future for sure, but I want to say one thing for sure is that um, because I actually have been interested in doing more electronic stuff
Mm,
combined with acoustic and combined with improvisation
mm,
for a while, but I didn't have a chance to work on the electronic side that much.
mm,
Actually, when after I recorded Laklan, I wanted to do a lot of post production,
uh,
but then I just got, it's a lot of learning curve, and I kind of have to have a need to release it soon too. So
mm,
it's like I've been able to do some kind of electronic experimental in that album just a little bit, but probably for next project of mine, definitely gonna be including all the thing that I've been learning so far.
and yeah, I have like some question from YouTube chat. Tirini Kananura
Oh,
asked, she said, I may have missed some part. I was on on the train. Ignore me if you mention this. What do you think about live coding music compared to live instrument performance? What is gain, loss?
oh, that's really good question. Thank you. Um, no, you didn't miss anything though. I didn't mention that at all. Um, I think one thing that live coding or let's say computer music or programming algorithm composition, I I think that one thing is like it it lead me away from what I used to play on the instrument all the time or from what I used to hear it all the time. It's kind of like open up more possibility in a way, and but then somehow because I I've been playing instrument for all my life. I just recently started doing this. So most of the um live coding thing that I write, um it's somehow, I think at least for me, somehow related to in a way that people actually play an instrument or something. But instead of just like you know it because you play it, but instead of that, like you didn't know it because this one computer play it for you and play it through the thing that you write, and it adds some kind of um indeterminacy for to that and kind of randomness to that. So so that you kind of surprised. I guess the aim is I writing those code programming to play with me so that
Mm,
when it plays something I can react to that.
mm.
I guess the next step is to be able to have it listen to me and also react to that too, kind of like having a conversation with a computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess like the gain is to be able to find new possibility in a way, and also like imitate them so I can play something new.
Mm,
Um, I I guess the loss is the it's just that because I'm not um good enough on this, I can't. It's took a while to actually like make something that sound good, at least for me, and and it's kind of like take away that kind of like intuitiveness that usually happen when you play the instrument. So it's like kind of like I guess to be able to find that balance is the goal. To still keep that kind of intuitiveness
Mm.
and also still be able to find like new possibility that kind of like took you away from your physical hand and stuff like that.
Hope I can hear like King Shagat in more like electronic version next album.
I
Next
hope so.
next full album. That probably release. You have you think about like you want to like release your like the full album like in this year or like I don't know. What do you think?
um
Or next
I
year?
I think there's a lot to learn for me. Now I think I'm more in an experimental state.
Mm,
Um, I might release an EP first
mm,
and somehow figure it out. How can I um do this more with the band?
mm,
Yeah, I guess so. And also like somehow write a song on top of that because now all of this stuff it's just like experimental and improvising.
mm,
So I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna mess with this thing for a while, and then when I have more um, expertise on this, I might be able to kind of like organize all of these sounds that I can create, that I know I can create, and
mm,
or I imagine I can create and organize it into a listening session, which is an album.
mm. Yeah, nice. It's probably super like something super different from Laklan, right?
Yes, and also it's for me
Interesting.
it's totally a new kind of language as well. But also I wanted to be able to develop my own language, like using all those influences from the Thai tuning to be able to play it on piano, even though it's a Western tuning on piano. But if I be able to bring those kind of accent, and also this is very important for me as authentic accent from that would be great. Yeah. And not just like play a Thai melody or trying to play a Thai melody on top of piano or just improvising Thai melody, but um, actually digging deeper into the idea itself or the structure itself or the tuning itself and trying to use that and create some kind of improvisational language for myself.
Really thankful for to have you with me, uh, picking.
Thank you for having me.
God.
ครับ
Yeah. So ครับผม okay so maybe we can end this conversation if no one asks anything.
Right. Thank you so much. Have a good
Okay,
day and have a
everyone
good night.
from home and like okay, have a good night or like have a good day because like maybe like from different place or mostly
Or
from
have a
different.
good afternoon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
have a
All
good
right.
life. Okay, bye everyone and
Bye. Thank
picking.
you.
Thank you so much.